Hello. Should be live now. Hope you guys can hear me. Just gotta do a few things to set up. Audio library. Make sure my headset's working. All right, let me know if the music is a little bit too loud. Welcome back, everybody. To any new viewers, welcome. Unstructured stream today. Do a little bit of work on this project I've been working on for the past couple of streams, and then I think we can start something new. I want to get a little bit more input from chat on a new stream, so. How's everyone doing today? Here we're gonna add some, to draw the license plate, add some shadows. You have some kind of weapon for Ukraine. Add some more stuff, you know? And then I want to make the background a little bit more interesting. I think the colors are a little bit too disparate, so they should be, I don't know, it doesn't look too bad. Make a little bit more neon kind of glows everywhere. I had a picture that I was going to use as a reference for here. I want to do a midnight sun in the outrun style, so something like this in the background, and then change the colors a little bit. Maybe we can do a starry sky field. I'm gonna hide the text and the filter. What do we got here? I've decided that I am going to draw the interior of the car. So I'm gonna do that. And then we'll have tinted windows. It doesn't have to be elaborate. Keep it Sweden on the car. The only characters I'm going to have for sure are Ukraine and Poland. They're already in the foreground. Oh, this is a brush. I want a pencil. 1 point. Eraser's a little bit too big. What kind of stuff do you guys want to see on the stream? Do you want to see like more collaborative comics with chat? We did that in the... Gainer did that in his first stream. I did that in my first stream. But there's like no narrative to it. Like it's fun to draw different things and see, you know, chat get excited about seeing certain characters and whatever. But I don't know. I'm curious what else you guys want to see. Give Ukraine dual Uzis? Maybe. I was thinking... I wanted to give him a MAC-10 with a silencer. I might just give him a javelin. Keep it topical. Clean up this pixel. Frame here that I missed. Fill that in. Okay. To the dashboard. There's something on the dashboard. Make this color gray. And I'm gonna connect the outline. I'm gonna hide a line sort of behind a layer that's in front of it. Something like that. There's a hole somewhere here. Oh, you know what? I know what it is. Okay, that should work. Something like this. A little bit of texture here. Like that. Okay, that looks okay. Whoa, why is it like that? Oh, I know why. I'm dumb. Holes at the top. Clean that up. There's a hole somewhere here. Okay, good. Black. And then I think let's color for the outside, like here. It's hard to guess where the layers end. Cool Eye is in the foreground. Yeah, that's my my avatar, as it were. It's from a self-portrait of sorts that I made long time ago. 10 years? Longer than that. 12 years? Poland and Ukraine, we're here to notify you about your car's extended warranty. Poland and Ukraine are waiting for Russia to pull up so they can take revenge. Something like this. Whoa, went in a little bit too far. I don't like zooming in too far because then it gets very pixelated. Let's do that. Let's take this here, fill that in. Go back to black. Just as an outline. I'm about to ask what color your Bugatti. I'm missing color over here. Should probably connect, huh? Where are the testers? Yeah, it looks pretty good. At the headrest and the mirror. I don't want to spend too much time on the background of the actual piece. This can just be one color, doesn't matter. Back to black again. My hands are so cold, it's hard to draw properly. It's freezing here. It's like 20 degrees or something, Fahrenheit. I don't know what that is in centigrade, maybe like -5 or something. What color is your pierogi? I love pierogies. I'm a slut for pierogies. Polish food is awesome. Runvania, welcome. We've got a small little channel here, hoping to grow it. Chat's pretty fun. It's a lot of history and geopolitics and map nerds. So if you like any of those things, you're in good company. I have no idea where this hole is. Okay, it's down here somewhere. Your ethnic background is Eastern Slavic. Cool. Whereabouts? Drawing's looking good. Yeah, thank you. I've been working on it for 3 streams. Hopefully this channel can reach 10K soon. Hey, we're working on it. I don't want this one. What is this? Can name nearly every country as an American. If you know the website Sporkle, there's like a map game on it. And there's like a name the countries game. And I can do most of the countries except for, you know, a couple of like the Caribbean islands and a lot of African countries. But it's a good way to practice. But yeah, that's genuinely impressive being able to name nearly every country on the planet. You know, because no one remembers St. Kitts and Nevis, right? Nevis? St. Kitts and Nevis? You named all the flags with Sporkle? That's even more impressive. Recognizing all the flags. A lot of those African flags look very similar because they're all same color scheme, you know? There's a lot of black, red, and green. And they're just, you know, most African countries just don't feature that much in world news. So that's pretty impressive being able to identify all those flags. You use Cetera sometimes? What is that? I'm gonna Google it. Oh, Cetera. Cetera geography games, map quiz game. You also know every German state. They only have like 16 or 17 states though, so that's not too many. Granted, I don't know all of them. But as an American, it's my birthright to not have to know about other countries. That's why we fought in World War II, so we didn't have to learn. What's more impressive is knowing every U.S. state and not being American. Yeah, that's definitely true. Europeans who like know where South Dakota is, or Oklahoma, or Arkansas, or something is genuinely impressive. You know, because everyone knows where Florida is, where Texas and California are, and people have a general idea of where New York is. They know it's in the Northeast. They might not be able to identify the actual state, but they know where New York is, you know? But yeah, like, it's hard to miss California, Texas, and Florida. You're Canadian and you also know every state's location. Well, that's cheating. We would expect Canadians to be very familiar with United States geography. Oh, I've done that. Yeah, the no border quiz on Sporkle is super fun. I've done that a few times. Oh, my dishwasher is beeping. I'll be right back. Is Africa a country? Unironically, it should be. The nation state is an outdated concept. We should have continental, regional governments. Change my mind. You're American and can name most Indian provinces. That's genuinely impressive as well. I don't know any of them. Except, I guess, Uttar Pradesh. Is that where Delhi is? Dishwasher's a legendary character. You're ethnically Gujarati. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Yeah, learning national subdivisions can be pretty difficult because there's a lot of them. I want to say I could name most of the Canadian provinces. I don't know that I'd be able to label all of them on a map. All right, this is the headrest. UP is the biggest state? Okay. Yeah, I just Googled it. It's like 240 million people. That's insane. That's like nearly the population of, what, Indonesia, maybe. I've always been utterly baffled by how large China and India are. And, like, you know, the United States is not a small country, right? It's the third most populous, but it's... India and China both have 1 billion more people than the United States. One of my favorite little facts was that you could add 1 billion people to the United States and it would still only be the third largest country. Where Bulldozer Baba is. How could you forget that? Or is he in Madhya Pradesh? I don't know who Bulldozer Baba is. Is that a like a nickname for Modi or something? All right, let's do the headrest and bring it off. Okay. Cool. All these colors are going to change because I'm going to do shading to make it look more three-dimensional. I guess this should be the same color as that. This should be a little bit darker on this side. There we go. And then here. According to one random thing you saw a few months ago, 1/8 of people live in China. It's probably fake though. No, I mean, human population is a little over 8 billion, right? China is 1.4 billion. India is 1.4 billion. It sort of tracks. Let's see. Yeah, it's roughly that. 1/8. Bulldozer Baba is not Modi. Who is Bulldozer Baba? I'm gonna Google it. Oh, it's a song. Prabhakar Maria. Gonna try to name the 13 states that border Canada. Oh, okay. Let me see. Washington, Idaho, Montana, North Dakota, Minnesota, Michigan, New York, Vermont, maybe New Hampshire, Maine, Alaska. I'm missing 2. They're probably in the Northeast. I'd have to look at. I don't know. That's probably most of them, though. Bulldozer Baba is a nickname for a governor. Okay. Governor of Uttar Pradesh. Okay, let's see. Anandaben Patel, Indian politician serving as the 20th and current governor of Uttar Pradesh. She also served as 17th governor of Madhya Pradesh and governor of Chhattisgarh. She has served as the first and to date the only female chief minister of Gujarat. 82 years old. Do you guys have a lot of old politicians in India? Or I don't know, you said you're ethnically Indian. I don't know if you live in India. Oh, you literally turned on your headphones and not have it. Sorry, I was just reading them off. Or I wasn't reading them off, I was thinking, I was going west to east in my mind of what states border Canada. I probably missed, well, I think I missed 2. I don't think Wisconsin does. Maybe it does? Oh, you know what? Maybe it does. And then... I don't know, I don't think, is it 13 states? Let me know when you have the answer. I'm curious which ones actually do border Canada. Let's do 2-point pixel here. I think the difference between 2-point pixel and 1 point is pretty stark. Let's see. Game is Modi, he's great, and is the other major politician. I admittedly don't know too much about Indian domestic politics, but internationally, I'm not really a fan of Modi. But he's also, he's the way that certain countries and cultures get presented in the West certainly comes from a Western perspective, right? So there's an inherent Western bias, and any kind of media you consume anywhere on the planet, there's going to be some sort of bias, right? Whether it's conscious or unconscious, it's going to exist. Naming every city and municipality in the world is probably one of the hardest things anyone can do. Yeah, I mean, there's got to be tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of cities. It depends on really, what you define as a city, Why is this? Oh, I see. Okay, fill that in. I think I'm obsessing too much over these details. Brown. Yes, there is bias always in news. Yeah. One of the things that's really hard to explain to people who are... I mean, it's a problem with anyone who's locked in a certain mindset, but, when I talk to my father, for example, open-minded person, but, sort of obsessed with this idea that there exists, like, a firewall between the corporate aspect or management of a news operation and the journalists. And there really isn't in the way that, I think people want to believe that there is, right? The news reports not just on what's newsworthy, but, they're businesses, right? They have to make money. It's not charity. So there's an inherent implicit bias in every news organization toward things that drive viewership. Or clicks, right? So things like violence and drama get a lot more clicks than, just a story about how everything was totally okay today, right? Where's the free food? No free food here, unfortunately. I actually need to go to the grocery store at some point. Do you believe in the radical succession of capitalism in Africa? I don't know what you mean by that, if you want to expand on it. Did I ever figure out what the yellow pixel was from last stream? No, I did not, but it doesn't appear to be there anymore, so. Do you all have a flag or multiple flags hanged up somewhere in your home? You have an Israeli and Canadian flag. I have a couple of flags. I have an American flag, a California flag, and a New York flag all hanging in my apartment. And then I have a couple of others that aren't hanging right now. I have a Union Jack, I have the European flag, I have the South Korean flag. Seems like that would be the kind of thing that people who are watching a Polandball stream would have in common. Oops. Clean this up a little bit. Have I been to Louisiana? I don't know if you're asking chat or me, but I'll answer. I have not been to Louisiana. I have not spent like any time in the South. I've been to maybe like 15 states. Mostly East and West Coast. I could name them. That might be fun, actually. Let me see. Let me see a map of the United States. I can fill them in. Places I've been to. Places I've lived, I'll do in green. Places I've spent a significant amount of time, I can do in blue. Maybe not significant amount of time, maybe just like visited. Beyond just like a like traveling through the airport. God, what else? It's only been this few? I've not been to Arizona or Utah. I feel like I'm missing something. I've passed through Connecticut and Rhode Island a lot, but I've never actually stopped off. Oh, I've been to Maine. Yeah, I think this is my map. It's actually not that impressive. You're an avid fan of the Maryland state flag? Oh yeah, hard agree. The only physical flags you have are Toronto, Canada, England, and Maryland. This might be a hot take. I hate the English flag. I think the St. George Cross is an ugly flag. Canadian flag is an S-tier flag, though. And Maryland. Flag of Toronto looks quite nice. I don't know what it looks like. Oh, wow, that is... Alright, on first glance, it's nice. I'll pull it up for people to see. If you're not familiar with the flag of Toronto. It looks very corporate. I'll put it that way. I don't think it's an ugly flag, but I don't think this is like an S-tier flag. This is maybe like an A or a B tier. I know, that might be fun to do like a flag tier list on stream. History nerds wouldn't ask anything other than World War II tanks. The only other thing they know is what type of helmet Americans used during World War II. There is a very specific type of person whose interest in history begins in 1939 and ends in 1945. Toronto flag is one of the only flags that contains a building. What do you mean? Is this supposed to be like the tower or whatever? I forget what it's called. Oh, there's a new one. No way. Is this real? No, that's a concept. Okay. Do you think Canadian provincial flags are better than US state flags? Let me take a look. List of Canadian flags. So I would say that the Canadian national flag is better than the American flag. I don't think the American flag is ugly, I just don't think it's one of the better flags out there. The Canadian flag is great. Very unique design. Well, I guess it's not a unique design, it's a tricolor, right? But it's instantly recognizable and... let's see. Provincial. Flag of Ontario? Nope. Don't like it. Flag of Quebec, I love. Nova Scotia? No. Flag of New Brunswick? No. Manitoba? No. British Columbia? No. Prince Edward Island? No. Saskatchewan? No. Flag of Alberta sucks. Newfoundland and Labrador is great. This is a really cool flag. I'll pull it up. That's a good flag. Territories. Northwest Territories, no. Yukon, no. Nunavut has a good flag. I'll pull that up as well. So what, it's 10 provinces, 3 territories, right? In Canada. So I would say Quebec, Nunavut, and Newfoundland and Labrador are the only good flags. Provincial level. Let me pull them all up. There's Quebec. It's got the fleur-de-lis, right? And then this is Nunavut. So I would say, what? 3 for 13? %23% of the flags are good. That might be higher than American flags. Most American state flags suck. Best Canadian province flag in your opinion is either Nunavut or Quebec. Okay. Yeah, I agree. I like Quebec. This is probably my favorite. I think it's also one of those instantly recognizable flags. It's a simple but unique design. CGB Gray rated all of these. I am not a fan of his channel, but yes, I know he recently did a video on all that. Louisiana is the best state in your opinion? I've never been. Of all the states I've been to, California is my favorite. I grew up there. Mumbai is the best city in the world. I have not visited. I would love to visit. How come nobody's watching the stream? I thought this was a big channel. It's not. We only have about 4,300 subscribers. But it's a new channel. I think we started in September or October, and we've only been doing these streams for about a week. I think our first stream was 8 days ago. This is my 4th stream. So it's a small channel, but it's growing pretty quickly. We're happy with it. Flag of Alberta is just a U.S. state flag? Yes. Alberta is the only flag with that sort of category in Canada, so it's unique. Also, the Afghani flag has a building. Quebec is the best Canadian flag, better than the Canadian flag itself. I like the Canadian flag more than the Quebecois flag, but it's still good. Let me turn down this music a little bit. Lake Charles, Welsh, New Orleans, and Baton Rouge are good cities if you decide to visit, live in Welsh or like a scene. Okay. All right, let me finish this. What am I still missing here? know, it's actually more fun to interact with chat than just drawing. But, gotta give you guys some content, right? Holes at the top. Okay, let's hide the car, the actual Testarossa. Clean this up a little bit. Wait, hold on. Okay, same color here. This little hole. All right, and then I have to add the actual windows and then tint them. Paraiba flag makes me and my friends laugh hysterically. What is that? I'm probably mispronouncing it. Okay. State of Brazil. Hold on. Before I put it on stream, I want to make sure I know what this means. Portuguese. People forget that Quebec actually had some independence referendums in the late 1900s. Yeah. I don't think they forget. It's just not culturally relevant anymore, you know, because it's been a couple decades since the last referendum. I think it was in the 1990s, right? Like 95 or 94. Let me check. Yeah, 1995. It was close. 49.42% in favor. 50.58% opposed. Oh, I lost chat. Sorry, 1 second. Oh no. I accidentally closed my browser and I lost chat. There we go. Okay. Your favorite flag is Turkey. It represents the nation very simply, as its position is kind of like the behemoth of the Islamic world. Yeah, Turkey's got a nice flag. Everyone knows of the flag, but you feel like vexillology is a small internet community. Yeah. Favorite flag is India. India's got a good flag. You like Kazakhstan, Estonia, and Russian Empire flag. All three of those are great too. Estonian flag is a banger. Favorite flag is France. The French tricolor is one of my favorite flags. Probably like top 5. Gorgeous flag. I like the dark blue version, the one that Macron just reintroduced. Because there's two different official versions of the French flag. One is like a darker blue, and another one's a lighter blue. The lighter blue one was changed, I want to say in like the 1970s or 1980s by Francois Mitterrand, the then president of France, to better match the color of the European flag. And then maybe like 4 years ago, Macron changed it back. Or at least he started using the older version, which had the which was darker. Okay, we do the window now. So this can actually be pretty thick because I'm going to fill this in with black. And then the back, I have to do the same. Whoops, what happened? Something like this. Okay. Now I can change the opacity. 35, 45, 55. 65 is too much. 45. Let's try... 45 I think looks good. Let's try 40%. Let's keep it at 45 for now. I think that looks good. And then I want to make this a darker gray. Interior. Okay. Oops. Favorite flag is the Israeli Air Force flag. It's pretty cool. You have to go, but real quick, when's the next stream? I'll probably do another one tomorrow. Maybe around the same time. 5 o'clock Eastern, United States. Made a South Dakota flag redesign recently. You can share the link. Yeah, absolutely. You want to try and redesign a flag of Ontario? Go for it. Why not? Check chat. Did I miss something? Small streams like this are really chill. Yeah, I get to interact with you guys. Later, Socialist Mango Tree. But, you know, we do want to grow the stream and the channel. Okay, I am going to do... You know what? I think I am going to do that Mac 10 for Poland. It's going to be kind of hard to draw. Or not for Poland, for Ukraine. I'll just use that as a reference and I'll freehand it, I think. So Mac 10 needs to be above Ukraine. Let's make it green so I can see. I want it to point straight up. Curve's a little bit too dramatic. Let's do something like that. And then narrows a little bit the barrel, and then the silencer expands outward. Two different cylinders. So a larger cylinder, maybe about that long. Yeah. longer still. Oh. Oh, I cannot draw a straight line. There we go. No, it shouldn't. Oh, God. This isn't great. This chat deserves more people. We'll get there eventually. We're a small channel, and with any kind of live stream, you have to, like, grind, you know? And I don't really have the time to do it every single night at the same time for an extended period of time. I want to do it as much as I can, but it's kind of hard. You know, since I have an actual job I have to go to. Maybe... Okay. Something slightly different. Draw it at an angle. Imagine having a job. Yeah, it sucks. It's... yeah. If America was a person, their favorite drink would be called Middle Eastern. If that's some kind of pun, I don't get it. What did you guys get up to today? Does flag designing count as a job? Man, I wish. You know, like, the people who are able to make a living off of art, I am incredibly envious of. To be able to, like, no one... I don't think there's anybody out there who, like, is an artist professionally that doesn't like being an artist, you know? Whereas, like, for white-collar work, or blue-collar work, or whatever, I would say most people don't really like it, you know? It's, like, not their passion. You got up to the sun? Good for you. I tend to sleep in a lot, because I keep a bad sleep schedule. Which is not great. I woke up at 9 o'clock and then fell back asleep for another 2 hours, woke up at 11. Went to 2 coffee shops to read a little bit. But the first coffee shop I went to, some dude was on his laptop talking to someone really loudly, and it was very distracting, so I went to another one, which was a little bit better. I feel like this needs to be angled a little bit differently. Something like that. You slept 13 hours today? That's awesome. Yesterday I slept only 3. If I could go anywhere outside the US, if I were given the option to, where would I go? I tell people this all the time. I'm a huge Francophile. If somebody came up to me like right now and offered me a job with like a similar living condition as I have now, but in Paris, I would say yes in a heartbeat. Only place in the world that I would say yes to without hesitation. But there are a lot of places on the planet that I would love to see. But Paris, I would love to live in. The top of my travel list right now is Greece. My parents brought me when I was like 6 months old, so that doesn't count. But I really want to see Greece. And then I want to see Antarctica before we start nuking it or drilling for oil there. Horrible title idea for this. Grand Thefts of Civic 1994. Yeah, I guess if it's Ukraine and Poland, it really shouldn't be a Ferrari, right? It should be like some crappy car. Oh, I love France. France? I don't know if there are any French people in the chat, but if they are, they're going to take offense at this. France is the United States of Europe. They have a very similar attitude. We are culturally more similar than either country would like to admit. You see in the thumbnail that the thumbnail is actually like a GTA Country Ball version. Yeah, that's the vibe I was going for. Whoa, hold on, my phone is just going crazy. You just made art based off one of the channels, How to Draw Polandball comics. You're making your profile picture. Hell yeah, dude. Right on. My profile picture, you know, it's in the bottom right of the stream. That's what I've used for 10 or 12 years. Something I drew in one of my comics a long time ago. So if you ever see that profile picture anywhere, that's me. Okay, I can get rid of this. This is turning out a little bit better than I had planned. The Mac 10. It's drawing the trigger guard like three-dimensionally is kind of difficult at such a small scale. And then the, what's it called? The stock, the folding stock. Let's see. I should probably do the stock next. Make it like a yellow. Alright, it's from the very bottom, it looks like. It's difficult to fill this in. Okay, something like that, and then it sort of angles downward and then it goes up dramatically. Okay. Make upgrade to your shitty Lada from stupid communist overlord. You'd say either Germany or the UK is like the US of Europe. France does make sense. I don't think Germany is culturally similar to the United States. The United States is very arrogant, has a very arrogant culture, you know, a sense of superiority. And it's very... the United States is a very nationalist country, and most countries in Europe don't have the same sense of nationalism that we do. Because it sort of was stamped out to a degree by political integration. as a result of the two world wars. We came out of World War II basically unscathed. And we've sort of been top of the international order ever since. So nationalism was never tempered in the United States in the way that it was, particularly in a country like Germany that was essentially conquered and occupied for the better part of the century. I think France is very much like the United States in the sense that it's very independently minded. There is a sense of nationalism. It's civic nationalism, right? It's not ethnic nationalism, which is similar to the United States. The main difference is like scale, right? The United States is a much bigger country physically and demographically. And they're both, now immigrant countries. So. Am I doing this right? It's hard to tell. Here, let me take the reference image. Whoops. And I'm going to flip it. Zoom out. Oh no! Oh god. I drew the I drew part of the stock on the wrong layer. Canada's probably the France of North America. French is one of the official languages here. Yeah. First you thought it was Indonesia, then you realized it was Polandball. Yeah, this is Poland. It's Poland and Ukraine. It's clearly Monaco. Poland would not be able to afford cool sunglasses. Maybe he stole them. New two-state solution, Northern Alaska and very North Hawaii. It's clear it's Poland because Ukraine wears glasses too. Let me merge these. Okay. I need to flip this. And then move it up like that. And this will give me a sense of like how to position. Oh wow, okay, the silencer has to be a lot, well, let's see. I'll make this smaller to sort of fit. Okay, so I need to make the silencer longer. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go back to the Mac 10 layer. I am going to cut this and move it straight up like that. And then go back to this green. Just 2-point. Draw straight down. So then this needs to be slightly longer as well. Okay. It's not actually clear because the glasses don't have opacity. Yep. Then you'd have to draw eyes behind them. One of my favorite little things about Polandball, like a tiny little quirk or whatever, is the sunglasses on a character themselves act as eyes, right? So like you can deform the glasses to make them look angry, right? And obviously sunglasses don't do that in real life, but it's one of those like cartoony things that I just love about Polandball, like seeing like the expressions that you can make with the sunglasses themselves. Wow, we went through this entire list? Okay, let's see. What else have we got? Hello, Cascadia Ball. Welcome. Danico 400 Studios, welcome back. Live in Canada, everyone would rather Everyone would just rather either speak English or their native language. Unless you're Quebec, then it's French along with English. Yeah, this is a long project for me. I generally don't do art pieces. I do like simple comics, just because I feel like you don't need a lot of like high level art to make a really good joke. Like, I don't know if you guys saw the comic earlier this week on maybe it was yesterday or the day before on the subreddit. It was Oscar Wilde's comic about Napoleon. It was great, like low art, fantastic joke, and it's probably done the best of any comic in like 7 months or something, numerically. Okay, so let's pull this down a little bit, and then down. No, I shouldn't use this, let's see, 2 pixel length for the stock, like each arm or whatever on the stock, and then let's do 1 point to connect them, and then down. And then connect at the sort of same angle. And down again. Oh, maybe back to 2 pixel. No, that's too thick. Okay. We'll use one point pixel. 1 pixel brush. Doesn't look quite right. It should sort of like blend in, I guess, right? Something like that. It'll come out a little bit more. Well, no, it shouldn't be at this angle, right? It should be a little bit different. Oh, okay. It should go out more like that. Okay, a little bit straighter. I think that's okay. Should Ukraine be holding the gun up or normally? I'm having him hold it up, straight up. See, Poland sort of had a like an angle upward too. I think it looks cool when you have like a big gun like that, or like a really long gun. You know, like with the silencer and the folding stock unfolded. It's like a pretty long weapon. It looks pretty cool when you hold it straight up. Am I familiar with Hotline Miami games? It digs a lot in the synthwave style. You'd probably like it. Yes. I actually listened to the soundtracks. I've never played them, but I love the atmosphere. I'm a huge fan of synthwave. You know what? I'm not doing this right. This needs to be... It should come out like this. There, that's good. Can you give ideas for country ball art? Yes. You know what? I have a list, Word document. I'm going to pull it up. I'm going to give you an idea. Let's see. Art. I think you could do something cool with like the French Revolution. Throw in a guillotine. You know, just like an open square in Paris with a guillotine. You can have the old the flag of the what is it called? Ancien Regime? Regime Ancien? Is it? Yeah. The Ancien Regime was the French kingdom. They had a pretty cool flag. And then you could put like the actual tricolor as the revolutionaries. Another art idea. I am going to open up the news and see what's been going on. You could do something with Japan. Oh yeah. Oh, what's the what's that one painting? It's like Napoleon crossing Napoleon's crossing the Alps or whatever. That would be great. I'm sure it's been done before, but Napoleon crossing the Alps, you know, the one where he's on horseback and he's pointing upward. That's one of my favorite paintings. That'd be cool to do like a Polandball version of that. All right, let's get back to this. I'm gonna do the magazine in red. Shouldn't be that thick. I don't like how this turned out. Artists who are able to draw photorealistically are incredibly talented. I wish I had the ability to do that. Like to look at something and then be able to reproduce it on a canvas, I think is an incredibly awesome talent. It's like a superpower, really. You know what? Here. Through the handle. Trying to get a reference. Actually, it should be coming out a little bit more, right? It's what is this? Is maybe like a 35-degree angle away from the viewer or whatever? I'm not sure. Am I gonna do bumper stickers? If so, one could possibly be my other car is a HIMARS. I like that. I could do that, yeah. You'll do the Japan one. You'll be gone for some time. Yeah, I think just like a serene sort of image of Japan with like Mount Fuji in the background or something and like cherry blossom trees. You like drawing country balls and landscapes? Yeah, it's cool. You do it with oil pastels. You should share it if you haven't. I don't know if you post anywhere, but I would love to see pastel country ball art, Polandball art. Is that an Uzi with the huge ass suppressor? It is a Mac 10. Just came to say amazing art. Thank you. It's pixel art, you know. It's not going to be in the Louvre anytime soon, but. too thick. Sort of flares out at the end, the handle. Digital pen art is actually goated. Agreed. You don't post it, but you might do it on Pinterest in the future. That'd be cool. By the way, what are we using to draw? I draw using a mouse in Photoshop. I do have what is it, like a stylus and a pad or whatever, but I don't like drawing by hand, which might seem weird to other artists. All right, let's do purple for the rest of the magazine. Take a look at this. I'm not a huge fan of how this turned out, but let me add some color to it. To do the trigger guard, which is really hard to do. I don't know how to do, like, accurately represent in 3 dimensions a trigger guard. Just do something simple like that. Okay. Now, I'm going to delete this, copy some colors here. Whoa. What's your opinion on Polandball? It's sort of a subgenre with its own subreddit stemming from Polandball. I think I still have the top post, actually, in Polandball. I'm a huge fan of Polandball. It's my favorite sister sub to Polandball. Yeah, if you go to the Polandball subreddit and you sort the submissions by all time, I have the top comic, Flyby. I really wish Polandball was more of a more popular medium. So I love space. Anything about it. I can't get enough of it. Alright, let's just make everything black. And then maybe like a... Oops. Ooh, that looks cool. The right colors. Maybe a little bit darker for this part because this should nominally be shaded. Underside should probably be this, but darker. Okay. The grip is the same color. It's starting to look a little messy. Slightly darker shades. Clean this up a little bit. Back to black. This color here. And I actually kind of like how this is turning out. Now that I see it with color. We'll thicken this up a bit just because the back of the grip of a Mac 10 is kind of like thicker. And then maybe it shouldn't be black. Well, I don't know. I think that looks okay. Let's do this, and then maybe a little bit darker for the underside. And then the stock. Do a darker gray, maybe like this, and then a little bit darker. One of the fun things about drawing something like this, like even if you have the actual reference image, like just having the outline is sort of enough in many circumstances, and then like you can just like make the detail whatever you want, right? Like people sort of get the idea. It doesn't have to look like the actual thing that you're drawing. I'm gonna make this a little bit thicker. Just 1 point pixel. Solar balls is huge. What is solar balls? Solar balls is probably one of the reasons why people even know Polandball exists. I have to Google this. Solar balls.
So.
Oh wow. Okay, this is like a interesting. I don't like the mouths and like eyebrows. But yeah, it looks like Polandball. You got a family member that's big on Solar Balls Discord? Have them watch our channel. If they're interested in Solar Balls, they might be interested in Polandball and Polandball. Gun's turning out great. Looks good. Thank you. Alright. Actually, I might just make the stock black. Because the rest of the outline of the gun is black. So you have a little bit more consistency here. Trigger guard's kind of a mess, but that's alright. I think people get the idea. I made it, I think, too big. It doesn't really make sense when he's holding it. This also needs to come out a little bit. The magazine is not at the right angle. I have to fix it. But I am going to do that. No. Erase that, erase that. I might get rid of... Okay, I should have the stock folded up, actually. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna fold the stock up so it actually fits for Ukraine to hold it. Magazine's too thick. It's hard to tell what the actual angle should be. No, just erase all of it. Maybe I have to follow the angle from the actual grip. No. Man, this is kind of bad. Okay, I think this looks a little bit better. I have a feeling. This feels a little bit better. Okay, I need to... This needs a little bit of a steeper angle. The problem is that the image is so small. I'm looking at, like, you know, this is the pixel level. That it's hard to sort of fix any small errors. I think that looks okay. All right, let's go back to let's see, reference image. So the magazine is darker. And then, whoops. Back to black for the outline. That looks better. Now I need the stock to fold up. So I'm gonna erase from like here. Whoops. I want to press V just so I can move it. Make another layer for the stock just so I can move it around if I need to. Tilt it a bit to the left. Yeah, that's what I tried to do. Thanks for watching, Big Mac Max. Moonball cameo on the horizon. I think I'm gonna do a the Midnight Sun with like the Outrun Sun. This I want to put him on the horizon. Ariel Jing, welcome. Glad you could join us. If you like history, Polandball, whatever, maps, This is the right place for you. So doing the stock here. It sort of comes down a little bit. No, it's a little bit too dramatic. A 2-point pixel. I think that looks okay. Doesn't have to be perfect. Yeah, I like this. Okay. Merge these layers. Mac 10. Yeah, that looks cool. Just holding it like on the outside, sort of like that. That looks pretty good. Move them around. Where's the PT-12? I like it. Move them out a little bit. I want the gun to be visible. If it's like over the the wheel, then it's kind of hard to tell. All right, let's do some generic shading for Ukraine and Poland. Go up here. I'm gonna do a Dick Rhino-esque shadow. Where it's a crescent moon along the ball. Same thing for Ukraine. Actually, hold on. Let's see. Where's this? Okay, 35%. It's cool. With the filter. Alright, that's badass. So this would be the shading for Poland. For Ukraine, I have to do a layer that's in between the sunglasses and the ball itself. So I'll do Ukraine shading. Something like that. Is that too much? That might be too much. I feel like it's covering too much of the ball. Yeah, it looks so good. I love this. This is one of my favorite pieces I've done. I'm gonna fix Poland, actually. Make it more like Ukraine's. Has to be yeah, under the PT-20. Okay, that looks good. Something like that. Maybe it can come out a little bit more. No, it's too small. Poland's a big boy. It's, I think, too offset. Let's do, okay, I like that. Looks like they have balaclavas on it without opacity. Kind of, yeah. Oops. 35. If I do 55. 65. I usually use 35% for opacity, but I've noticed actually that other people use much more dramatic shading. Maybe I should do that. Let's try 55. Ukraine as well. That looks cool. And then I'll have to do it for the car. This will be interesting. All right. So let's see. The light source is not going to work at all. Well, I guess the light source is kind of behind them. I don't know. There could be multiple light sources, right? There could be one in front of them, and then the sun's going to be behind them. And this will just be their dominant shadow. Let's see. So there does need to be a shadow under the car. I think I can get rid of the Testarossa layer. I'm gonna delete it. Be gone! Whoops. Trying to figure out how exactly I want to do this. This would be an interesting shadow. Zoom in on the exhaust pipe. There's a hole somewhere. Where is it? Oh, I see it. There's another hole somewhere over here. Okay. Moment of truth. Too much. 65 is too much. Welcome back, Danish Animations. I think 45 is okay. The tire itself should be in shadow, right? Because it's inside of the whatever. And then I think what are we listening to? Sounds like a scary clown song. Skip ahead. Oh, okay. The song's over. Alright, let's do the license plate. I'm gonna hide the shading for a second. License plate, let's do like green. You might try to make a flag for Hyattsville based off of bordering DC. Hyattsville. Alright, license plate. And it's gonna say no space. It's a bad P. Will be an EU license plate being yellow. Let me see. I don't know that I have space to add like the European flag or whatever the thing on the left license plate. I was just gonna make it like a red text or something. Actually, hold on. Just make it black and then see what it looks like. With the shading as well. me like I don't know. Let's try that. Feels like it's a little thin. I'll thicken it up a bit. I'll still use 1 pixel brush. Oh, I don't like this song, whatever this is. Make it a California plate. That's what I was thinking. Is it still thin? Top of the P. This is gonna look better. Synthwave playlist at 3 a.m. 3 a.m. Where is it? Where are you, Sunnyflower? If you don't mind sharing. That looks better. Oh, you're drawing Japan? That's cool. That looks better. I like this. Okay. Let's just add a little bit of flair. I'm not gonna... It'll be California inspired license plate, but I don't have room to write California, so I'll just put a red line above it. Just 2 pixel. I like that. Actually, you know what? I think this can come up a bit. I'm gonna hide the car and the shading. I'm gonna pull up the bottom of the license plate on the right side. There was too much space under the text. Make it white again. Show them. Look at that. That looks pretty good. It's not perfectly aligned. Like it should look something like this, but when you transform something like that, then it doesn't look like pixel art anymore, you know? Because it gets distorted. Yeah, we'll just keep it how it normally was. Do I enjoy the song House in New Berlin? I don't know what that is, but I don't think I could watch it on or listen to it on stream. It'll get flagged. Copyright. Poland can into automobile. Yes, illegally though. But I think this looks great so far. I really like Poland and the car look great now, or the Poland, Ukraine, and the car look great. Now that I'm thinking of it, I have to add shading to the mirror because it's also coming out, right? And then fill it in. See what other protrusions are there on the car that might need to be... Oh, the second, the other wheel. This needs to be shaded a little bit better. Yeah, this looks cool as hell. Can we have a new country ball? We could hide something somewhere. I like the position of Ukraine and Poland and the car. I think I can merge those layers pretty safely now, but I don't want to do it until the very end. Let's see. Let's play around with the... God, with the filter looks so good. With the sky. Or no, should I draw the sun? Let's draw the sun. How about occupied Germany rectangle? I don't know if it makes sense to put it in this comic. All right, I'm gonna do the outrun sun. It should be behind most of these things. Should be behind the water. Okay, something like that. And then we got to make it a ball. Is Ibis Paint a good app to make country balls in? I had never heard of it before last week, but apparently it is. So yeah, go for it. GIMP is a good program. I use Photoshop. Photoshop's a great program. And you could just use MS Paint too. Clean this up a little bit. Clean your balls. Always clean your balls. It's not circular enough. Like, I'm not making a Polandball or a country ball, you know? I'm making the sun. It should be... I could make it like the sun from Polandball and give it sunglasses too. Yeah, actually, yeah, that might be a good idea. It looked dope as hell. Yeah. It's okay. Let me fix this. Who has more probability to start a world war, Germany or Russia? I mean, historically Germany, right? But the modern German state is not a warmongering nation, whereas modern Russia is. So, you know, Russia literally just started a war, right? Not even 2 years ago. Okay. The sun is secretly sponsoring the heist. Let's use this. And then darker outline. And then we're gonna cut lines into it. We'll just see what it would look like. Not quite what I wanted. Let's give it some three-dimensionality. Have it curve, right? Ashta's games occupied German rectangle is terrifying. I don't know what that means. Sorry. It's hard to get exactly what I want here. Okay, so it's like reddish toward the bottom. Whoa, what did I do? Something happened. I pressed something and something went all wonky. Ashes Games was a Country Ball Shorts YouTuber turning to long-term content. Okay. He left the Shorts thing. I accidentally made Photoshop full screen. What is it? Oh, okay, it was F. F to pay respects, and F to go into full screen in YouTube or in Photoshop. Let's see. I want to make this a little bit. Should I get rid of the... I kind of want to get rid of the border. Yeah, that looks good. Will it be normal sun or will it have translucent eyes, sort of be a ball? I'm going to give it sunglasses. Kolai, very controversial thing here. Do you like country humans or no? I do not, no. Let's see, make this a little bit closer in color to the yellow. And then this should get whiter near the top. Okay. That thing is monstrous. Oh, country humans, yeah. I thought you meant the sun. I have to pay ball specs. I kind of want to put a glow around the sun. Let's see what happens when I actually add a glow. Oh shit, that looks cool. Right color. Playing around with these settings. You've been trying to post your flag redesigns to the Vexillology Reddit, but they strangely get deleted. I don't know what the rules are in the Vexillology subreddit, but make sure they're rule compliant. I think you should call this work Odessa Vice. Odessa sits on the Black Sea and I believe has beaches. Yes. Hey, that's not bad. Yeah. Did any of you guys fully watch History of the World by Bill Wirtz? That sounds familiar. Yes, I've seen that. Very good. He also did like the History of Japan one, right? Where it's like, the U.S. showed up with gunboats. Stop having it be closed. Get rid of the drop shot. Okay, hold on. Let's put the filter back on. This is one of, like, I think one of my favorite things I've ever drawn. Odessa Heist. This looks so cool, dude. This is... I love this. Yeah, the filter is what makes it, right? Like, it's... I think it's a... You know, it's okay on its own, but then, like... The filter is what makes it. I need to fix the foreground, like the road. The beach and the water, I think. But yeah, I think this is great. Probably one of my favorite drawings that I've made. Could you make the glow match the color of the sun band it's near? Yeah, I would have to split it into different parts. I could do that, yeah. Why don't I do that? Let's... How do I delete the effects? Clear layer style, okay. So the sun, I would have to break into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different parts. I actually don't like this layer of orange. I think that layer of orange should be... That band of orange should be a little bit smaller. Because it was reminding me of Jupiter, which I think is a super ugly planet. This is an amazing picture. Thank you, Manny. Welcome back. Oh, you were the one who suggested Odessa Vice. Okay, so you've been here for at least a few minutes. Yeah, we can play around with the title. So, you know, we can use the GTA font, or we can make it the Miami Vice logo and call it Odessa Vice. I'll try both of those. Yeah, I think I'm going to post this to Polandball art and Polandball community when it's finished. I think it's nearly finished. Let's go to the sky. Make this a lighter shade of purple. And then I love it. Okay, let's break the sun up. We're gonna split the sun into 5 parts. Never been done in history. We're playing God. Whoops. Where's the sun layer? Actually, how do I... just like cut. Can I like, is there a way to break out a selection into new layer instead of like copying and pasting? There probably is, right? Yeah, okay, that did it. So this should be what? There's 5 bands, this will be 5. This will be 4. Next one we'll do is 3. Title idea, Grand Theftings of Dacio Sendero. Yeah. Destroy the sun. It has tortured us for too long. I don't know if you guys ever feel this way, but I get existential crises occasionally when I think about the sun is sort of past halfway through its life. Like, I know it'll never affect me. This will be 3. How about a Brazilian state map for next live? Maybe. Why does Belgium exist? It's a buffer state between France, Germany, and Netherlands. Right, and then okay, so I've deconstructed the sun into 5 constituent parts. We would be in the first millisecond of the universe if the universe was a day long. Yeah, human civilization is what? Generously, if you want to be generous, about 10,000 years old, which is just a drop in the bucket compared to 13.8 billion years. What if Russia has a buffer state between North Korea and Finland? True. What is the best ball design? What do you mean? Gotta expand on that. I'm not sure what you mean. All right, 1. If I do stroke. No, we'll do glow. What is global light? Layer knocks out drop shadow. Let's do 10% here. Let's do 20 pixels. You mean what ball looks best? Like what country? Or like who Like whose artist's balls are the best. Which artist has the best balls? If it's the latter, then I would say Zemonotrome and Dick Rhino, I think, draw the best balls. Dick Rhino's balls are always shaped in a way that makes sense for the story. They're very animated. Dick Rhino has very animated balls. Okay, so let's do another drop shadow here. Whoops. Doing drop shadows based on the color of the band. That looks really cool. Where is... Okay. Oh, I didn't have the filter applied. Okay. Country or design? I really like Nepal. And... Yeah, okay, so you have your generic country balls, right? Your generic Poland ball. It's just a sphere, right? 99% of characters are represented by just a sphere. For those who don't know, there are, within Polandball canon, a couple of flags that are represented differently. Nepal is sort of drawn as a monster because it's like a very interesting, unique flag design. It's not rectangular. So it's given teeth and it looks like a monster, and it's very unique. Ohio, similarly, does not have a rectangular flag, so it's also drawn as a monster with teeth. Israel has a normal flag, right? But in Polandball canon, it's drawn as... It's supposed to be a hypercube, not just a normal cube, right? The joke is that it's a 4-dimensional cube. Right? So it's supposed to be a tesseract or a hypercube, which means that it's drawn as a 3-dimensional representation of a 4-dimensional object, right? Which is what a hypercube is. So if you really want to get into it, you can't represent a 4-dimensional object in 4 dimensions, right? Because we don't see in 4 dimensions, we see in 3 dimensions. But you can see the 3-dimensional shadow of a 4-dimensional object, right? In the same way that, if you're holding a ball, it's a 3-dimensional object, but when it casts a shadow, that shadow is 2-dimensional, right? So with a 4-dimensional object like a hypercube, you could represent its shadow in 3 dimensions. So Israel, when it's actually drawn the way it's supposed to be, is drawn as a 3-dimensional shadow of a 4-dimensional object. So you should be able to sort of see into it. Let me see if I can pull up like a hypercube GIF. You guys get an idea. I don't know how to play it, but this is sort of... Imagine like the inner cube inside of this cube keeps expanding outward, and then it takes the place of the outer cube, and then it just keeps doing that. It's sort of like moving around. This is the shadow of a 4-dimensional cube, and Israel is supposed to look like this. So there's like a little cube inside and a cube outside. Let me see if I can find a. Have I ever? I think I might have drawn Israel as a hypercube before. Let me find it. But just drawing it as a normal cube is super lazy. You're confused already? Can you make Israel cube more like a 2D cube? I mean, so people normally just draw it as a 3-dimensional cube, right? Because it's easy. But let me find an example. I'm pretty sure I've drawn it as a hypercube before. Let me go through my files. But Yeah, so you know, like, a square is a two-dimensional object, right? You add another dimension to that square, and it becomes a cube. A cube is a three-dimensional object. If you add another dimension, right, time being the fourth dimension, a cube goes from being a cube to a hypercube, or a tesseract. And Israel is supposed to be represented as a tesseract. Let me see. I have hundreds of comics, so it's going to take me a couple minutes to go through all this to make sure I'm not missing it. Okay, so this is how people normally draw Israel, just as a cube, right? But that's not right. I mean, it's acceptable, right? But when Israel is drawn as a hypercube, it's technically more correct and it's canonical, but it's a lot harder, but it looks way cooler. Let me see. I might not have drawn it as a hypercube before. And I don't want to use someone else's art on my stream. Find it somewhere. I haven't done many comics with Israel. Can you make Israel cube more like a 2D cube? If it's a 2D cube, it's a square. So like if you're looking at Israel edge on, yeah, you can draw it as a square, right? Like a lot of Polandball comics, if you don't add shading to your balls, it's just going to look like a circle instead of a sphere, right? So it's also two-dimensional. It's the same idea. There's one comic I drew. I'm trying to find it. I'm going very slowly through my folder. That I remember I drew Israel on top of the United States. I don't... Oh, okay, so this is a little bit closer to what it's supposed to be like. So I drew it transparently. Actually, this might be a good exercise. The way Israel is supposed to be drawn. You're supposed to put another cube inside of it. This is going to be kind of hard, actually. Know it. Can't really tell because it takes too long to draw, is the point. There should be like a sphere or a square, like a smaller cube inside of Israel, and then from each of the vertices of that cube, they should extend to the vertices of the larger cube. And that's how you're supposed to draw Israel, but it's super time consuming for just a single character, so very rarely do people do it. So if you draw it, sort of three-dimensionally, you can make it transparent, which is what I did in this comic. I forgot to, I guess, draw the cube inside of it, but that's generally how you're supposed to do it. And I think when it's drawn well, the Israeli hypercube is the best, most interesting ball in Polandball. So that's a very long answer to your question. But Nepal and Israel, I think, are the two most interesting balls. Yeah, they're not even balls, right? They're different shapes. I don't think I've ever drawn Nepal. I did Sri Lanka on my first stream. All right, so this is sort of getting to where I wanted it to be. Let's do the foreground. Trying to find the layer that has the road on it. Okay, it's the background layer. So I am going to cut this. Wait, where'd it go? Whoops. What's my favorite comic that I've made? It's my most popular comic. I will show you. It was super fun to draw, but it was a GIF, so it was very time-consuming. I made it for the 4th of July like 10 years ago. It was one of the last comics I made before I took a hiatus. This one. You might have seen it before. This one was my most popular one. And then, I don't know how to play a GIF in Polandball, or in Photoshop anymore, but the US is moving to the right and shooting MAC-10s. I should repost this next 4th of July. This was such a good comic. And the hamburgers and the hot dogs are... It's like raining in the background. I absolutely love this piece of art. I'm gonna get rid of the filter for a second. Yeah, it's an old comic. Sort of make it look sandy, you know. Should add a curb. Whoops, that's the wrong color I used. Go back. I want to use this. What happened to the music? Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. I never saw that movie. You know what I should do for the water? I am going to make it look glassy. Sort of like the same way I did the shading on the sunglasses. I'm probably gonna do the same thing on the water. Sunny with a chance of heistings. Give a little bit of texture, you know? It's gonna be a good background image I'm gonna put on like my Discord profile or something. Not realizing I didn't change this. Yeah. Okay, that looks better. Something like this. That's what this looks like. Put the filter on. I don't really like it. Go back and change it. Mouse clicking intensifies. What do you think about an Israel Rubik's Cube? That'd be super cool. Someone could make a Rubik's Cube of Israel Polandball. Country ball. What is this playing? It's like a... like this. You kind of have one? Is it custom? It must be, right? No, the background really shouldn't go off like that. It just should not be a straight line. I should have clouds. Looks like I'm drawing bread or something. Sesame seeds. It's because the quality of the Rubik's Cube is absolutely garbage. Yeah, normally when you get some sort of like custom consumer good or whatever, it's kind of shitty. The road needs more texture. How do I add texture to a road? That's what's missing. I think clouds and then texture for the road. Do I need clouds? No, I don't think I need clouds. I have the banded sky. I might even, I might crop the right side. Actually, no. I don't think I need to. Let's see. I need different shades for the water. That actually looks better. Well, what is this? Give this song a few... Give it a minute before I just change it. See if it changes. I'm not a huge fan of it so far, though. Okay, I like that, actually. I don't like this water. It's like white caps on the water. Experiment with different kind of texturing. That looks better. That looks better. The tuning is bad. The turning is bad. The right palm tree at the top and slightly to the right is a different color than the rest of the tree. Oh wow, good catch. It's black, yeah. Wow, good eye. Good eye, Mike. So what's the dotted lines? Dotted lines for the road? Yeah, I guess I should do that. Good eye. That's not quite right. Whoa. Hold on. Then I need to add, like, texture to the actual asphalt. That doesn't look right. Thought I was from Hot Dog Land, not Spiderland. I am from Hot Dog Land. Hamburgertopia. Hot dog, gun, and burger. Yep. See you later, Danico. Thanks again for joining. Trying to figure out what the angle should be like for the lines. That looks okay, but let's see if we had the filter. The front ones don't really match, so I have to fix that. How do we just drop 10 viewers? No idea. So people come and go, but again, we're a small channel, so we don't really have any expectations. Just hope it's somewhat entertaining, you know? We'll do more, I think next stream I'll make it more interactive. We need to sort of figure out, like, what it is that people want to see in a Polandball stream. You know, like, comic drawing is very obvious, but there's only so much. It's, like, hard to make an actual comic with chat input, you know? Like the hamburger and hot dog may have both been in Germany before the US were truly German. There was a point at time when the largest immigrant groups in the United States were Germans. And I want to say that there are the largest ethnic group in the United States, I think, is still people of German ancestry. And I think Mexican is second. Everything is German, you just haven't discovered it yet? No, they tried twice to do that, unsuccessfully. If you make the tips of the guns a bit darker, it may look like they have to use the guns a lot. Actually, you know, for the Mac 10, I need to sort of make it rounder. This is... okay. Alright. I don't know how to add texture to an asphalt road. The dotted lines was a good idea. I think what I can do is sort of do an outline like this. But like the road itself, right? Obviously asphalt roads are garbage, right? So it needs like cracks in it, you know, and pieces of rock or whatever. Ideas. This will be an EST. Make the stream start later in the night for lower viewer count. And there's not 20 people telling you how to make a comic. Well, we want more viewers is the thing, right? And I haven't had the opportunity to really experiment with like what time I should be doing streams. I think the most popular streams are probably going to be on the weekend because we'll be able to capture a more international audience. Whereas if I were doing streams in like during the week, I can really only do them after I come home from work. It's going to be like 7 o'clock or so Eastern US time. So we're not going to get many Europeans, but there's a ton of Europeans that watch or that like Polandball content, right? So if I did a stream earlier in the day, like 11 a.m. U.S. Eastern Time, might be able to catch more Europeans. But I think what I could do is have like a generic idea for a comic, and then get input on details from chat. So like I like the idea of getting the no space license plate. That was a fantastic suggestion. The naming for last stream we did for the title, that was good. This is really cool. All right, I'm just gonna add like some dots or whatever onto the road. I think Ukraine looks way better here than Poland. There's something about it. I think the, I don't know. It looks more three-dimensional. Maybe because the shading takes up a larger proportion of the ball. If it's later, you can't watch because you'll be sleeping. Yeah, exactly. It's past 3 a.m. 26 minutes, 54 seconds, you can't watch. That's your specific bedtime. 26 minutes and 54 seconds past 3 a.m. I think I'm about done with this, to be honest. I think the logo or the title is the only thing that needs to be finished. But I like the characters. Oh, you know what I could do? I could add like a... Hold on. Let's see. What's the background? Okay, the background. Can I add shading over like the entire background? Let me try that. Just get a sense of what it would look like. No, it's not good. Delete it. Last and final title suggestion: Slavic Quest for Monies. I don't know. I'm not really a fan of that. I like the greatly stealing the automobiles. I like the general idea of like making it English. I don't know if I even want to use the GTA logo. I think maybe Odessa Vice. Prior to the war in Ukraine, I wonder if Odessa was like a destination for Polish tourists. When will the next stream be? I'll try to do one tomorrow evening, late afternoon, Eastern time. But it depends. I don't have a consistent schedule yet. Let's see. Let's see if I can find the Miami Vice font. nice logo again. My streaming folder. I'm glad I did this. I always wanted to make like an outrun Polandball type thing.
To the city streets, we began to feel the fire.
Great stealing is a T1. Yeah.
We rise like tall buildings as the chemicals they take us high.
So we gotta make a block behind Odessa, or behind Vice. What did I do here? What happened? Why did the color change? I don't like the song. Alright, we'll do a block. Hi, General Country. Welcome to the stream. If you like Polandball, Country Ball content, geography, history, geopolitics, this is the right place for you. Drawing a synthwave inspired art piece featuring Poland and Ukraine. Alright, so it needs to be in all caps, actually. Oops.
Swagger down the street with your red lips and funky beat.
Try this again. How to be in caps. This needs to be black. It's more spread out, so I might have to break it up. This is what I'm gonna do. Change the font color. Add spaces here. to make this block bigger. Got a lot of Brazilians in the chat, actually. I've noticed. I'll have to look at the analytics for these streams, but like typically it's mostly American. But it looks like for the live streams, like the viewership for our videos are mostly American. All right, see you later, Chase911. Thanks again for joining. But I think for our live streams, I've noticed there's quite a few Brazilians. Goodbye from maple syrup. Friendly neighbors to the north. Whoops. That looks so cool. How many Canadians are in the analytics? I would have to check, but typically for, you know, a lot of YouTube content, it tends to be heavily American just by, you know, the fact that it's most populous English-speaking country, and YouTube primarily caters to English-speaking audiences. And then it's usually like UK, Canada, and Germany that round out like the next three, just by virtue of Canada and UK being, you know, English-speaking countries, and then Germany being a big country that has a lot of English speakers. All right, so let's try this layer 1. Where can I put this so it's like it doesn't obscure too much of the art? I don't want to put it like above the sun because I think it obscures the sun, and it makes this like the center left of the image look a little bit too busy. I don't want it to block out the second. I think like right here on the right side might be the best, but then the left side looks a little bare. You think you're the only Spanish-speaking person that's active in chat? Well, there's only a few people, but I'd imagine some of the Brazilians can speak Spanish. Most Brazilians that I've met, at least in New York, can speak Spanish as well. I imagine Spanish has got to be taught pretty widely in Brazil, right? I think this is nearly done. I don't know what else I would want to add here. Top right? Yeah, I agree. Greetings from Spain. Cool. Like, maybe top left? Can I move? Here, I can move the sun. I have the power to do that. What about putting the sun, like, all the way on the right? What do you guys think of that? And then I can put the Odessa Vice sort of center. Let's try that. Bumper sticker. Yeah, we should have a bumper sticker. I think this looks a little bit better. I think maybe move the sun even more out of frame. No, maybe like here. Left side. I think this might be the best so far. The best positioning of all the assets. So this is where it would be dead center, but I think we'd offset it a little bit to the left. I think this is the best thing I've ever drawn. There's no contest. This is just a... I don't want to toot my own horn, but I think this looks really cool. Granted, the car was traced, but everything else was straight from my brain. I think this is a solid piece of artwork. I can post this to like the Outrun subreddit too. I like Odessa Vice, but it's not like Polandball-y, you know? But I like the text and it makes sense. What happens if I put it under the filter? No, it doesn't look right. This looks cool as hell. Maybe it doesn't even need to be Odessa Vice, just be like, I don't know. But I did like the idea of the GTA, like, stealings of car. The weapons were traced. Not really. The pistol was kind of traced, but the MAC-10 wasn't really. I used the MAC-10 as a reference image. Oh, my coat fell. Polandball Vice. I don't know, it's too wordy. Let me hide this, and then let's see the GTA. Do you guys like the GTA text or the Miami Vice text? I'll put them both up. Any preferences? I have a preference, but I don't want to influence you guys. You like the GTA one? I would want to change the text. I don't like Greatly Stealing's the automobile. You like Miami Vice? Miami Vice looks better. Polandball Vice. It's 3-1. I think the Miami Vice one looks better too. Right. Delete. Polandball Vice. Are there going to be more streams with GTA references? Maybe. I mean, I really like Outrun and synthwave as an aesthetic, and I'd love to do more art like it, just because I think my favorite color is purple or pink, really. So I've always loved the aesthetic, and the aesthetic fits very well with GTA. So yeah, I mean, I could make more GTA inspired stuff, but I really like this. I think it just has to be Polandball Vice. I think it's done. Do you guys think it needs anything else? Try playing with the sun a little bit more. Whee! Look, you can see it. It's like nighttime, daytime. lighting, maybe. In what sense? What lighting should be different? Maybe black border. Yeah, black border wouldn't hurt. Let's see. You know, then I'm thinking that now I move the sun to the left. The shadow should be. They should be like fully encompassed by shadow. The characters. But I don't care enough. Yeah, let's try adding a black border. 10 pixel maybe? It's not showing up because it's hiding behind a couple of these layers, but I'll move it to the top. Okay. It's hiding behind the filter as well. You're afraid of onions. Do you think it looks better with the border? I'm not sure it needs the border. Maybe it shouldn't be black. Pink? Maybe teal? Maybe like a deep purple? The border makes it feel like a poster. I like the purple border the best. Of all the ones I've done, I think this looks the best. Purple. Yeah. I agree. You like teal? Let's try teal again. The only problem, like, it makes sense thematically. You know, because it matches the text, so like it does look appropriate. The only problem I have is that it's so much brighter than everything else. I think the purple and the teal look the best. Black is not the right color for this. Let me try the pink again. I think the pink is okay, but I think purple and teal make the most sense. Try teal. I don't know. I'm not sold on the teal. We go back to purple. Burgundy. That's not bad either, actually. Teal under the filter. Let's try that. Oh, whoops. This is teal under the filter. It's like a blue, a medium blue. No, I don't think so. I don't think it works. You feel like this would be a perfect greetings from blank postcard? Yeah, totally agree. The burgundy is not bad. Hold on, let's try the yellow from Ukraine. No. Let's try the red from Poland. Kind of matches parts of the sun, bleeds into it. Let's try white from the car. Ooh. Okay. If someone developed a game like this, would it be allowed to use this drawing? They would need my permission. I wouldn't want someone to steal this artwork. I spent a lot of time on this. Greetings from France. Hello. You're not from France, aren't you? From Chile or Spain or something? Didn't you mention? I like this. The white from the car. I think this... It's either this or the purple for me. I think the white. It's like a soft pinkish white. Matches the car, it matches the... hold on, what happens if I put it under the filter? Why does this remind you of GTA? It's supposed to. Yeah, I think this is it. So the last thing that I'm kind of like unsure of is if the sun should be on the left or the right or the middle. But I like the border, yeah. So we found the border, white. So I like... If the sun is in the middle, then we have this unused space on the left and the right, and the middle feels way too busy. I like having the sun off... oops. Off of the... partly off the screen. The canvas. Would the teal text into white look good? Sorry, what do you mean? Find the border. Oh, you mean like blend it? Let's try this. Nah, I don't like that. You like it on the right, the sun? Let me move it back to the right. Let's see. It's these 5 layers. Oops. Something like that. It feels less busy on the left side, though. Because the right side of the right side of the frame is already sort of dominated by the palm tree. Right? Because this palm tree is a lot bigger than the one on the left, and then the sun just makes it even busier. The left side feels kind of bare. I'm gonna put the sun back on the left. I think it looks better on the left, personally. The Polandball Vice text into white. Well, I mean, this is the color of the actual logo for Miami Vice. It's like a teal and a purple. People who eat refrigerators will say sus imposter. What? Could you add just a tiny little sailboat on the horizon in all black? That's not a bad idea, actually. Let's do that. Just to give it a little bit more flavor. It's going to be all one color, sort of like the palm trees. Let's do the mast. the sail. No, hold on, that's not right. No. Freehand it. That looks better. Tunnel visioning, sorry. I'm not paying attention to chat. I'll catch up in a second. And then up like that. And it should be, let's make it brown like the palm tree. And then when we add the filter, that doesn't look very good. Gray? Dark gray? No. Make a gap between the sail and the hull. Yeah, you're right. I should do that. Something like that. It has to be on the horizon, I think. I don't know, maybe like an oil tanker in the background, actually. This feels kind of out of place. Like, I get the idea, you know? I'll try and put it like behind the water layer. Or a yacht, yeah. Yacht. I don't know. I feel like this is the weakest part of the drawing. Granted, like, it's not, I didn't spend a lot of time on it. It feels like an unnecessary doodad in the background. I think it's kind of distracting because it doesn't, like, the fidelity's pretty crap. China is a buffer state between Mongolia and India. I love that. It's a that's funny. I don't know. I don't think it's necessary. I would say like an oil tanker, but just because like if it's in the background, like it has to be. So the issue I have here is that the sail, like a normal sailboat, let's say like a 40 or 50 foot long sailboat would be, it would have to be pretty far in the distance for it to make sense in this art piece to be one color, right? To like be totally obscured and be in shadow. but it's too big. But if I make it any smaller than this, then it's like, it doesn't really add anything. So if I were to use an oil tanker, it would make more sense for it to just be one color, right? Just totally in shadow. I'm gonna try a oil tanker. But an oil tanker also doesn't, like, fit thematically. Let's give it a minute. See what it looks like. Or it could be a cargo ship, you know? It's kind of like a submarine. Tanker also feels like something I would take away from the main thing. Yeah, I agree. I don't think it needs anything in the background. I'm just going to delete that layer. Russia is a buffer state between Norway and North Korea. One of my... I like how people refer to the war in Ukraine, obviously, you know, has had global ramifications, and a lot of different states are involved to some capacity. But the idea of Ukraine as a proxy war between North and South Korea, I think, is hilarious. You know, North Korea is selling ammunition and stuff to Russia, and South Korea is sending humanitarian aid, and I think some heavy weapons to Ukraine. But it's a absolute tragedy what's happening to Ukraine. I can't understate enough, you know, how much it breaks my heart. One of the reasons why I wanted to include Ukraine in this, I feel like it makes sense for Ukraine to be with Poland, right? Because there is no, like, this, Poland was always going to be in this piece of artwork, just because it's a generic Polandball comic. I feel like there's no reason for the characters to be any specific character, right? Like, it doesn't have to be like the UK and France. So I feel like Poland's good stand-in, generic character for whenever you're doing something that doesn't really matter. So I like having Ukraine there just because there's no country that's been kinder to Ukraine than Poland in the past 2 years. But I think this is it. I think this is done. I'm going to save this. So I think this is the final image. I'm going to post this on probably the Polandball art subreddit and the Polandball community subreddit. I'm going to use this as a background for other things too. I think this is really cool. Later, Marble Sphere. Hope to see you at the next stream. Thanks for all your input. Yeah, I think this is done. Next stream, I want to do something more interactive with you guys. I'll try and do one tomorrow around 4 or 5 o'clock Eastern U.S. time. So I'll schedule it, and then hopefully you guys can swing by. You're gonna post a country ball painting in Pinterest right now. Share it in the stream if you want to as well. You know, but I think I'm gonna call it there. Thank you guys for joining again tonight. This was about a 3-hour stream. I had a lot of fun doing this. There were a 3.5-hour stream. I really like how this turned out. This is, I think, the best thing I've ever drawn. I think it looks really good. So, Chase, you're back just in time as I'm ending. But nice to see you again. So, I don't want to belabor this. So I think I'm done for tonight. Thank you guys again. This is going to get posted on Polandball Art, Polandball Community. So go ahead and take a look. I will see you guys.